In the late 70s, early 80s, I was fascinated with op art, black and white imagery. If you look up op art, you'll see a lot of artists. Vasarely was one of the more famous ones. But I produced a lot of different images. But variations on this theme, I did a lot of these. And inked on flat paper on mat board. And you can't just draw a line straight across and draw a line straight down and start inking in the intersections, because then the black will occupy more space than the white. Each one of these elements, no matter how small or large, is an individual shape. All four sides are inked independent of everything else on them. Long story short, something like this takes probably around 40 hours to lay out and produce. And you can't make mistakes or you start over. And I moved from the flat imagery into 3-dimension. I would cut masks and then put it on everything from stone to wood and make 3-dimensional versions of this. Some people liked it enough to buy it, and it was one of the different media that I worked in as I worked as a fine artist and graphic artist. Why am I telling you this? This image was made with Illustrator and Photoshop. Now, to make this alone in Illustrator, it would take me a long time. To make it alone in Photoshop, it would take way longer. I could do it in either program, but to do it in Illustrator and Photoshop together, under 5 minutes. Seriously. The two programs are so powerful, and no one showed me this method. This was, I experiment, I explore, I try things that I don't know if it's going to work, and that's part of the fun of being an artist. And in the Mac Lab, guy worked all week and everything I tried failed. Well, great. Capture images, never throw it away, and you post them in your mission log. And I tried all this stuff and none of it worked. And, during the week, talk to me and we'll figure out, what's going wrong, or, wow, this is a cool idea. I've never thought of that. I don't know how to make that work, but, keep going. Because there's no penalty in here for failure. If you're not taking risks, if you're not making mistakes, if everything just runs smoothly and you're perfect, well, good for you, but where's the fun? Where's the exploration? Where's the joy of discovery? I want you guys to shed any fear of crashing and burning. Man, I do it all the time. Adobe invited me to speak on a panel at a conference at their headquarters. 3 of us were invited, and we spoke on the positive power of failure. And in that presentation, I started out with school sucks. We're out to prove there's another way to do it. We're out to figure out how to fix this problem. And do we fail? Does stuff always go as planned? No. Of course we fail. Of course we crash and burn. We learn things. Right now, I'm starting out this year different than I have any other year. I do that virtually every year. There are some similarities. We have to learn how the Mac Lab works, but how we're launching into these apps and the journey we'll take, this will be unlike any other year. And we'll have roaring successes and brutal failures. Take some risks. And the reason I'm putting this video here is because this first Illustrator column, you might say, you taught us these little picayune skills. And you took all that time. You took 10 minutes to show me how to do something. Take you, a minute and a half to show me. But along the way, in that 10 minutes, aren't there a dozen other things? Did you start feeling a little bit more comfortable? Did you practice? If you practice, then you're gonna acquire these skills more. You're gonna start to wonder what if, because you're gonna be able to become more fluent in the language of the application. Take some risks and explore on your own. YouTube, yes, it has lots of videos from lots of creative people, and maybe you find your bliss there. But all you do is recreate someone else's work. I am always going to say, okay, here's how to do this. Now, take these skills, make them your own, add your own flavor to it, and make something unexpected. Do something other than just reproduce what I did. That makes sense? Okay, have some fun. Realize that the combination of these two apps is capable of creating something like this in minutes that took me the better part of a week to do. Working alone all day long. And I didn't work 8-hour days. I worked longer than that because it was a passion. Have some fun in here. Lose track of time. Be disappointed when that bell rings. Oh man, we're just getting into this.